No backyard Charlies, none of this stuff. And no dudes driving down the E-board here grabbing bundles. Because a couple of dudes did that, and
Hey, Smoke Dog, I could really use a little bit of your help here. Did you know that minority and female-owned brands don't always get the shelf space next to the more prominent global brands? Well, on the Puff Sip Chat, we think differently. Our Loyal to Ash subscription service features 4 premium cigars each month and will always include at least one minority or female-owned brand. Check out loyaltoash.com, use code PuffSipChat for a special discount, and help us make the change.
The Boutique Cigar Association it's an excellent organization. A lot of the guys that are in this group, we are all vetted companies. So you feel free to buy products from BCA, because me and the board have actually checked. Everybody that's in this group has viable, real people importing. There's no jokes. These people are paying their taxes. They're using solid companies to make their stuff. No backyard Charlies, none of this stuff. And no dudes driving down the E-board here grabbing bundles. Because a couple of dudes did that, and I tasted their cigar, and I immediately
knew exactly what it was.
I ejected them like without it's a punt. To the sideline, like immediately. So we came back. We're not going to let nobody put the BCA top. But going there,
there's nothing wrong with it. First of all, let's be clear. At least in my opinion, there's nothing wrong with the local like hand rolled cigar.
No.
But be honest. Let's make that clear with everybody. He's not saying anything's wrong with that.
But don't put your band on. And then say that it's something amazing from Nicaragua, because that didn't happen. Remember this, guys. The guys that are here in this country, they don't grow tobacco. So imagine if they're consumers. They're a consumer because they come to all of us to shop. The guys who grow the stuff, we don't release the good stuff. Why would I give away the best? I'm never going to sell the best. I'm going to sell what I didn't like, the things that we didn't like. And all of us growers will do the same thing. They're getting B and C. They could do amazing things with B and C because it's still tobacco, but it's not the highest grade. If you come into America, these guys get what nobody wanted on the islands. Imagine the 300 companies that are over there and the 500 or 200 that are over there. We all said no. We shipped, but we didn't want to USA. And you're going to trust these guys that are working in some little, in a hallway or in a little room, buying tobacco by the pound from who? And then you're going to think that that's good? Man, that's totally spam. S-P-A-M. It's spam. So be careful. There's no shame in my game. Like I call, that tells the truth. You can sleep good when you speak the truth, because you don't ever have to turn around like, oh, is somebody, I just like being honest, and deliver honesty. But let me say this about the PCA. The PCA was amazing, guys. PCA was definitely the event. We did the BCA pavilion.
I hated it. I missed it.
Man, no, but next year is going to be in April, so I definitely want you to be there.
I will be there
because it's definitely it's a beautiful thing that's going on as the new guys come in and just come in and show. Because there's one thing that we did. Unlike a lot of people that like to come in, people want to get in this business, but they don't show respect. We come in, but we respect the old. The people that were before us, we constantly talk about them and honor them, because they as role models and as people that we want to
respect them by keeping them front and center.
We always keep them front and center. We talk about the big companies that are already there. All of them did what we did. All of them were a boutique some time ago, and they grew into what they are. And we all have that expectation of growing into something in the future, So,
can I pause you 1 second? And I'm gonna let you get back to that. I just got one question, because I've asked this question of other cigar brands, and I haven't gotten a good answer yet. But I'd be interested to know your answer. What's that line of delineation when you say I'm a boutique brand to now I'm not a boutique brand and I'm this big? Like, is it just an amount of sales? When can somebody stop calling themselves a boutique brand?
For sure. The BCA, I believe in consensus, we've agreed that it's, if you produce more than 1 million cigars a year, more than 1 million.
So it is a number.
If you produce 1 million, you are definitely not boutique. Boutique is small batch. So 1 million cigars is for any region, it's just enough. to saturate an environment. And for some people, I would even say ultra boutique, because a lot of guys want to be a boutique. They want to get out there. And I'll give you guys, so I'll tell that new company, that next guy that has the great idea, because everybody, a lot of these guys come out with something like, I'm passionate about this, and I want to go do this, and I want to stand up, and I want to make my own brand. I said, let me tell you something. If you release a brand and you're from a city, let's say you're from Tennessee, you need to own the town you live in. If the people around you don't smoke your stuff and you're not vibrant in that, don't waste your time going to Atlanta, going to Miami, and start walking around tooting that you got something. You first got to work your crowd. Work the people you know. Work hard at those 10 stores that are around you. Visit. Work. And let those people talk about your brand. Let it carry. Because
you don't have to say it.
You don't have to, because once you're strong in your environment, when people come through, they're like, because everybody asks. If you come to a shop, hey, what's new or what's good here? And the store says, hey, we've got this one. It's horse saddle. Horse saddle is great. It's made by a local guy, or he gets it done by this family, and they, let me try one. And then that guy goes back to Ohio, tells his store and his friends, you got to try this, man. Let it roll that way, instead of downforcing stuff, spending money, flying to another city where you'll be at a table to sell 4 boxes, and your airfare cost you more than that. And these guys totally forgot about who you were the moment you left. Because when they go back to their store, their place is saturated with another 90 things. And the big guys intentionally will release another 5 to 10 new cigars every year just to keep you off the shelf.
So dominate your backyard is that the message?
That's the message. Dominate your home.
Your home.
Where you're at first. Then conquest, but don't do it
strategically. Move out.
Do it strategic. Open your circle. From the center where you're at. Because if you're not the one propelling your brand, don't expect anybody else to do it for you. I till today, the people I entrust to move my product, they have to show a spirit and a level of respect beyond what I have for the industry. So I went, I could say right now, I love Cedric with Fat Ash. Because
he's hands-on.
He loves his brand. He loves my cigar. He's like, yo, let's put it together. This cat, wherever he goes, I said, man, I'll mess with you. Let's do it. So where he moves, he brings it with him. That's good. But just don't give your stuff to just anybody to talk about it, because this girl, she just did surgery and put some hooters on. And she's gonna, that doesn't sell.
That doesn't sell.
That doesn't do. One time buy, but that's it.
Some of the boutique brands that I love the most actually all have one thing in common with you, is that the owners are hands-on and they're out there grinding. You see them in every city. They're out there. They're building relationships. They are taking care of their own community first, and they're moving out. But they're moving out themselves. They're not going out and trying to get people, like you said,
for sure,
to represent them. They're representing themselves.
Definitely.
And you see the results of that in their sales and how the market perceives them.
For sure. Definitely. Don't wait. I just don't want people to waste their time, because a lot of people, I feel like they are, because they come up and be careful with the names. The name has to really be something that either you really embody the name of that cigar, but don't just watch the names, man, and be weary. I'll put it out like this. I'm very traditional and respectful. I don't believe in cartoons. This isn't a cartoon. I don't watch cartoons. I don't know I don't know who does that. I'm a grown.
It's been a long time since I watched a cartoon.
I'm a grown ass man. If I see a cartoon, that's Looney Tunes to me. So I get away from that. When I was a kid, that's cool. But I don't want to see a cigar with a food item, like a chicken, not a chicken, like a drumstick. Some things like that. You got to be careful. So be careful what you put. Like if it's your story, it's what you do, and you behind it 100%, then go for it. But you got to get ready to take the backlash. On that stuff, because how do you get into the places that buy big? Look for eloquence. They look for they look for that because they want to invest their time and their space. Their shelves, they consider that they actually look at it on a square inch value. If I give you 3 feet by 12, what are you going to produce for me on this shelf? I've had dudes tell me that. You know, and I'm like, oh, I got you.
You got to deliver results, so you won't get that shelf space again. Right?
Definitely, to get that spot. If I only got like 4 feet, I'm only going to give them my top 10 cigar, my top 20, my 96 rated, and the 93. I'm gonna give you the best. So I don't miss, because the store owner's gonna be like, and then if you don't show up, if you put your cigar there and you didn't come through for 6 months, what do you think? Your stuff is still there. The people ain't seeing it. So show up, man.
Show up and show out.
Yeah, exactly. Let people know that you're there, and you know, and you got to do deals. You got to talk about and know your product. I can't tell you how many times I've been to a place in different cities, and the guy says, "Hey, smoke my cigar," and I'm like, "Oh,
tell me about it.
What is it?" And they look at me like, "Oh, well, you know, I get it. It's the Dominican with some Nicaraguan. Where? What Nicaraguan? You know, what part of Nicaragua?"
Their ability to describe their cigar is limited, and it's okay for me to be that way, but it's not okay for the owner to be that way.
The owner. You got to know your stuff. So I know I always like to give, because I want to help people achieve their dreams. You know, so think about it. Do your homework so that you don't look like a fool when you're out there.
Brother Oscar, as always, you do not disappoint.
Thank you, brother.
You do not disappoint in educating the people on the Buck Tip Chat.
Thank you, brother.
You know, you got an open seat right here in this lounge.
Oh, man.
In the studio. Anytime, and I mean that sincerely, anytime you want to come hang out here,
for sure,
you got an open seat, man.
I want to be a member of this round table. There's 4.
Yeah. Okay. We're missing a couple of people. We got them, though.
You know what? Even if
this room up, and we got to have some extra chairs.
I'm Dominican. I can sit on a stool. I'm good. Thanks, guys, for listening to us and just, you know, supporting my Puff Sip. He does this. He loves what he does, you know. I love it. And
I'm still here, man. 3 years into, almost 3 years into it.
Reggie's crazy. Here. When I first met him, I got his first phone call. You know, I was like, this guy, I'm gonna do his show because.
And I appreciate
he's true. He's true to this, and I believe in it. So, thanks, guys. May your days be beautiful, long ashes, and smooth draws.
So, I'm Stick Man #1 here with Oscar for GTO, and we just puffed, we sipping, and we chatted, and all about the industry. Reggie Kimball, Stick Man #1 for Puff Sip Chat Studios. I'm out.